So obviously first thing you want to do is change it to MMGS. I think everybody did that. I know one class had someone not do that, but that's okay. And we're going to put a sketch. I would put it on the front plane. And then, okay, where do we want the center to be? Well, I would put the center, the big circle in the center. So let's do a big circle. And then I like to smart dimension it so we get kind of a scale. And this is diameter of 38. Okay? Now, to get the location of the top holes, I would draw a center line up. So I would draw a center line from here straight up 57 millimeters, and then I would go up 25 and over 44. Let's do that. I'm going to draw a center line. I'm going to go straight up, and then I'll do a second center line straight over, and then I'll smart dimension them. So we said straight up 57. This one's going to be over 44, and this one's also going to be up from the origin 25. Okay, so now I have my endpoints for the other holes. So do a circle here and here. Now, here's where some people had trouble. The outside arc is a radius of 15. The inside diameter is a diameter of 12. So the little circle is diameter 12. The big arc is radius 15. So let's maybe do the diameter 12 first. I'm going to just dimension one, control click on the two of them and make them equal to one another, so I don't have 1,000 dimensions lying around. Draw another, and while I'm drawing the circle, I can make the radius right here. We said the radius is 15 and enter. Draw one over here, radius 15 and enter. I could also now lock it down with the smart dimension, that way it can't change. Right, this one's locked down, and I'm going to control click on the two and add an equals relationship just so they can't change. Because one of the problems is you guys draw them right, but then when you do the other stuff, they move and change. Right? For instance, I'm going to draw a circle that's tangent to this one, and when I make it tangent to this one, if I don't have this circle locked down with the dimension, it might change the diameter when I make this tangent. Okay, since I had that diameter 30, it didn't change, it's locked down. Okay, this one has a radius of 14, but if I try a smart dimensioner right now, it's going to give me a diameter. Anytime you have a full circle, it's going to give you a diameter. So why don't I just trim it first, and now when I smart dimension it, it will give me the radius. Okay, so stuff like that can help you. Alright, next we have, this is a big circle that's been trimmed, and then there's a line that's tangent from there to there, radius of 32. So I go back, circle from here, radius of 32, and enter. Grab my line tool. Maybe I want to lock that down just so it doesn't change. It's always smart. Grab my line tool, click and drag, and you should be able to snap it to a tangent location right there. So now that's tangent. Unfortunately, this side up here is not tangent, but I control click on the two and make it tangent. Okay, which then obviously now I can smart trim this circle. Okay, let's go back to the handout. I have this arc in here that I'm going to need to draw, but before I do that one, I need to have this one in place. That's that whole bottom section. Before I can put this one, I need this one in place. So to do the bottom, yesterday, I use the center line tool again. I'm going to draw it straight down, hit escape, draw a second one, off like this. I don't care about the length, smart dimension, and put the angle of 30 in between, because that's what it is. making sure that this one is straight up and down vertical. And then I'm going to draw another circle from here out to here. That one's going to have a radius of 62. And here's the key. Check the box for construction and it turns it into a center line. Okay, now I can use where these points meet the circle, and you don't have to make them touch, I just am. That's going to be the center of these two circles. Right, so I'm going to have two little circles, two big circles. Smart dimension. The radius for these is 12, so if the radius is 12, the diameter is 24. And then for the other one, the radius is 22, which means the diameter would be 44. You should get good at being able to go between radiuses and diameters. Now, these two are locked in for size. I'm going to control click on the outside circles and make them equal. Click off of it. Control click on the inside circles and make them equal. And click off of them. Now I need to join them. So there's a curve here, here, and there. You draw the circle tool from the origin. You just snap it tangent to the bottom. Draw a second one from the origin. And snap it down to the bottom of that one. And go from the origin a third time to the top of that one. Now this can get really confusing, so let's trim. Trim to closest, trim off the outside edge. Outside and work your way in. And outside. And then for this one I usually just select it and delete it. Okay, now it's still a little confusing. Let's do some more trimming. I'm going to trim off the inside one. I'm going to trim off all this inside stuff, and this can be confusing because you don't want to miss a part. And one thing you can do is a power trim, and that allows you to just draw over everything you want to get rid of. And it's actually a really cool tool. Okay, now I don't want to trim these off yet because I need them to get this arc and this arc. Okay, so I'm going to hit escape, get out my trim command. Draw a circle. I'm going to snap it to that one so it's tangent. I'm going to make the radius of this 32. I'm going to control click on these two and make them tangent. And you can see that that just changed. And it changed because I'm going to undo that. Somehow my dimension got deleted here. We want to keep that dimension there. It seems like my equal got deleted too. Yeah. My power trim deleted it or something. Control click on those two, make them tangent. Trim this one out. Smart dimension this. Oh boy. Somehow I got in the revolve command. I don't even know how that happened. Radius to 32. Okay, the other side. I don't know if there's like a better way. I wonder what that perimeter circle does. Let's try it. Can I click like here, here, and then that was kind of neat. And then I could type in the radius. 12. That was kind of a cool tool. See, there's tons of trimming. Sometimes that power trim, I don't know if it's always the best option. Smart dimension, make sure this is locked in at 12 so it doesn't move. I think that's about it. I missing anything to trim? Extrude boss base, thickness is 3 millimeters because it is a gasket. Sometimes you have to help it along and it's not detecting it automatically, so you got to click inside the body to help it figure out what you want to extrude, and you can hit the check mark, and there you go. Okay. Then on your title block, you are going to add dimensions on your title block. One thing I want to show you, to get this down here, what you want to do is go up to your annotation tab, click on center mark, click on the third round option, and you click on where they point at, the center, and then you click on these outside, and it will give you that nice curve and circle. Okay?